I think for me, it starts with Zubac for me. It was such a huge game for him. And as someone who is just generally a fan of his and what he's meant for the Clippers, particularly when he's been healthy, like Steve and I have talked about it throughout the year. Like before he had the calf injury in January, I felt like he was defending in an all defense stuff. Like he was having that kind of year. And one of the subplots of the Clippers season, as they got James Harden, tried to work him in to build more flow. What is Zubac going to look like on the short roll? Like we saw the improvement on the short roll for Zubac. We saw some improvement on the block when he got those touches against mismatches, and defensively he was locked in before the injury, and it's kind of been inconsistent since then. So for him to have this loud of a game one, and not only have that loud of a game one, because the box score speaks for itself. 20 and 15 is 20 and 15. But for him to set the tone the way that he did, offensively, putting Daniel Gafford underneath the basket twice within the first 3 minutes of the game. We get the short push shot after a James Harden drive against Luka Doncic. And defensively, his presence at the rim was very important for his Clippers team, as it has been all year long. And I feel like his presence there kind of circled into like what was the most interesting theme for me, which was how the Clippers decided to treat Luka versus how they decided to treat Kyrie. And it was a question that I had heading into the series, like what would they do with Luka, just because he is so good at literally everything. It doesn't matter which coverage he sees. Would there be more of a prioritization on taking Kyrie away? Just because it may be quote unquote easier to do so because of the size and because he's just not Luka. And so to see Zubac in a deep drop and sometimes switching against Luka, let's just flatten it out. Luka's going to get his. That's fine. Against Kyrie, we are bringing you up to the level. We are not letting you turn the corner. We're not letting you have fun. We're going to make sure it's not going to be both of y'all dropping 30, even though they ended up with that. But that was after the game was out of hand. But just to see that kind of nuance there and to see what that meant for the Mavericks offense that hasn't been a super rim-heavy offense overall, looked at the drive, 17 drives for Luka with Zubac on the floor in game one, with 0 shot attempts for Luka at the rim among those 17 drives. Kyrie logged 9 drives all game long in game one, with 6 of those coming with Zubac on the floor. I just think the game plan nuance is strong, and Zubac really did a great job of setting the tone on both ends. That was my biggest takeaway from that one.
I think to add to Nakai's point, the game plan discipline from the Clippers was key, to where Zubac did get dinged on a couple of those switches, but they weren't afraid to throw him out there. They were okay with the drop against Luka and having Terrence Mann or their wings work and contain and contest. Kyrie, too, on the ball had a great impact in the first quarter, to where I think he only had like 6 field goal attempts in the first half. So you were able to kind of mix that in. It all ties back into Dallas's, I don't want to say issue, but the focus they have to have in the playoffs, where Luka's going to generate offense for other people. Kyrie's going to generate offense for other people. Those guys have to be able to knock down shots or drive closeouts and keep the advantage, and they weren't able to do so. So the Clippers' game plan was able to have more impact because we're making Luka work for these shots. Kyrie's got 2 on the ball. We're able to recover. We don't have to close out and rotate to everyone. And so I thought the Clippers did a really good job of executing. On the other end, I thought James Harden made a lot of quick decisions, which helped him out. And they were able to make Dallas pay for some of the help they were showing. Paul George made quick decisions. I think this is a series, though, where you saw in the second half when Kyrie got more aggressive, was able to split 2 on the ball, was able to attack, get him off ball. If Dallas is able to score more, they can load up defensively, they'll be in a better spot. That's going to be the key. Because if Dallas is able to get Kyrie going again, Luka can still generate the help that he's going to generate. Now the Clippers have to execute in the half court. It becomes tricky. So I'm very interested to see the adjustments Dallas makes going into the next game.
Love it. All right, Lakers, Denver. This will be the first game that I'm firing up today. Here's what I know about the game. I know that Lakers played well in the first half, and Denver had a big run. I want to get your thoughts on that run. And then I know that Jokic was awesome. Beyond that, I don't know a whole lot. So take me through sort of the run that, from my understanding, was super impactful. And then just some broad stuff on this particular matchup, something we've certainly touched on before and has been a big point of chatter amongst NBA pundits as the regular season has wound down. Obviously, a Western Conference Finals rematch, but also, the Lakers. Hey, should they avoid Denver and punt the 7 seed? It's all this stuff.
No, that should have never been said, and I hope to never hear it again. How do you sell that? JJ, how do you sell that? Hey, fellas, big win. Hey, big win. Appreciate y'all. We're going to play New Orleans again, but this time we're going to lose. Because I believe in y'all, except for this one matchup. So everyone relax, and then We'll come back and refocus for the playoffs. Oh, what do you mean I'm fired? What?
No notes.
Sorry, go ahead, guys.
No notes.
I thought you were going to cook on the on the run.
Oh, well, I mean, before I get to the run, I'll just say the thing that stood out to me was the little things that Denver did to just poke at the Lakers scheme, to just taking what they knew the Lakers wanted to do and just poke at it throughout the game. So you want to put Rui on Nikola Jokic,